What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Today's H&N is brought to you by Gamefly, and if you're an avid gamer like me, go ahead and do yourself a favor and grab a free 30-day premium trial of their game rental service by using our exclusive link, www.gameflyoffer.com/hybridnetwork. Now let's get down to the news. In our top story, Mephisto potentially confirmed for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then a brand new poster for The Flash Season 3, and finally some new rumors about Avengers Infinity War that, if true, could be massive for the MCU. But first, let's make a deal with the devil. With the announcement that Ghost Rider would be involved in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, many folks wondered if the fiendish demon Mephisto, who the original Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze sells his soul to, would also make an appearance. Of course, when they finally revealed that TV's Ghost Rider would be Robbie Reyes and not actually Johnny Blaze, those rumors kind of died off. Well, it might be time to resurrect them. In an awesome interview with Collider in which he discussed topics from his casting to how he prepared for the role, Gabriel Luna, Robbie Reyes himself, potentially revealed something very, very interesting when asked about how his character really fit into the show. But for more, let's take a look at his quote. What we haven't touched on are things that can't be explained perfectly by science. It's a lot of really fun stuff that starts to lean into the world of Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, and Mephisto, and all of these other elements that also exist there, like ghouls and goblins and all sorts of cool things. We're happy to be the ones to break the ice on that. Now, before we jump to any conclusions, he could have just read up on Mephisto when reading about the character of the Ghost Rider in preparing for his role, or any other number of logical, rational explanations for why he would say this. With that said though, let's get a little irrational. All jokes aside, there's some fuel to this fire too. I mean, Doctor Strange premieres in just a month and a half, Ghost Rider is going to make his first appearance on TV in just hours, so what might that say about Mephisto that he's included in that same sentence? As I've said before in other videos, I've got a feeling that Robbie Reyes' origin on the show won't be 100% comic accurate, and that he'll actually probably borrow more from Johnny Blaze's original backstory, so Mephisto definitely could be involved in some way, shape, or form there, but for more we'll just have to wait and see. But that's just pure speculation on my part, so let me know what you think about that down below. But moving on to our next story, we have our first look at a brand new poster for The Flash Season 3. One second, I've got to get ready for this. Sunglasses are required, and you'll see why. Sunglasses, clearly not enough. That is bright. I mean, but I do really like the poster. Anything that gets this TV version of The Flash a little more red, I am down for. At this point though, we don't know whether or not the suit is actually going to end up recolored or not. In the trailer, it still kind of looked that same shade of red and not really any brighter. But hopefully we will. So, do you think we'll get to see Flash rock a new suit in Season 3? Let me know in the comment section down below. On to our last piece of news, the user-suggested story of the day. Reminder, if there's ever a topic that you want us to talk about, hit me up on Twitter @CJPascal or the channel @HybridNetwork_, and who knows, your tweet and your suggestion might just end up in an H&N. The segment today is brought to you again by Gamefly, such a great service if you love gaming like I do, especially if some games recently have made you kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit hesitant to buy. $60 is a lot of money to sink into a game that you might hate, and you know trade-in value just about always sucks, so why not try renting? And why not try trying renting? For you guys, our fantastic viewers, you can get a 30-day free premium trial of Gamefly by going to our link, www.gameflyoffer.com/hybridnetwork. There are a ton of games coming out soon that I'm personally very interested in. I mean, Battlefield 1 especially. I really want to see how that stacks up as a whole game when compared to the beta, which I thought was really fun, but it did have its issues, so that's what I'm definitely going to be trying to rent first. And we have a little bit of rumor and speculation for our third story. Always makes for a great third segment, rumor and speculation, this time about Avengers Infinity War. This comes to us straight from Latino Review, whose sources have potentially spilled some major beans for the film and its plot. According to those inside folks, the storyline will at least start with the exact premise from the legendary Marvel storyline Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos, who's trying to impress his Boothang, the personification of death, gathers the Infinity Stones and wipes out half of the sentient life in the universe. In the comics, that included most of the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Daredevil, so maybe that's your Defenders cameo right there, them getting erased from existence. As for Death, it's long been rumored that she'd be part of the film, and this rumor, if true, would confirm that. They speculated that it could be Cate Blanchett's character from Thor Ragnarok, Hela, who is a goddess of death, but they couldn't say for sure one way or another on that. But they did say death would be in the film and she would be a woman. Regardless, we might know more sooner rather than later, as the film is reportedly set to begin production down in Atlanta as per usual for Marvel in the first week of November. So, comment question of the day: do you want to see Infinity Gauntlet as the story adapted for this movie? Personally, for me, it's absolutely a resounding yes. It's a legendary story. I think it's one of Marvel's most epic stories ever written, and it's 25 years old this year, so let's get it into the rotation. If not now, when? Of course, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but that'll do it for today's AGNN. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider supporting us on Patreon for access to all sorts of exclusive goodies. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.